Hello, 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 and welcome to another RTAppetizer. And if you are like me, you are losing constantly to Navy Captain Landy or Knackle or Salt Girl. She is causing a lot of salt within the community because she is slightly oppressive, to put it lightly. So, what I'm going to show you is me beating them. And there's not really much you can do about it. You just have to hope that their counter switch is turned off. I have found that Rowana and Pylus are fine, but if they first pick Landy and then you go Rowana Pylus, they will go aggro, and then you will lose because you have Rowana and Pylus on your team who do nothing against aggro. So, little iffy. I think Rowana and Lionheart are good against her. Karina as well. I'm trying out Bihu against them. I didn't tell you what was on the team. So, for this, it was like a 240 hand guy, which is upsetting because I wanted him to go first and waste his S3. But that's fine. What we can do is put up all of our buffs and hope we can kill this AOL. Because if we can't, we lose. But we did, so it does not matter. Hand guy is going to do his hand guy things. I was hoping for a counter from the Landy on my singular S3, but that's fine. This is also a remarkable game. Simply extraordinary. And you will very quickly see why. I'm pretty sure you can guess at this point. A dodge. I know, it's remarkable, but guess what? A dodge. I was absolutely out of my mind at this point. I've never seen it, but guess what? A dodge. She did it. She survived 3 attacks. I even get a dual attack, but in traditional fashion, that dual attack prompted a counter because I can't have anything nice. Bihu's just kind of chilling at this point. He can't really do anything while everybody has immunity. The only one that doesn't have immunity is the Stene that I can't reach. He is able to strip a dodge. I can't believe it. A dodge. 5 dodges. I wish this is the happiest day of my life, and I'm glad you're all here for it. And no, as I've said before, this does not make up for her past transgressions because I used her in a later fight, and she got hit 3 times in a row. So, yes, it does even out, but it does seem to be more skewed in the negative. Bihu's still just chilling. This Landy isn't really doing that much, which is fine. Another dodge. She's cracked, as the kids say. I'm going to strip your attack buff. You do counter, which is annoying, but fine. LHC is coming up next. So Aiden can die now. That's fine. But before she dies, another dodge. I can't believe it. It was absolutely remarkable. 100%. I can't. I'm still reeling. Counter. Reeling from the fact that my Aiden actually dodged. Counter. It's quite amazing. But now Landy has her S3, but she can't get attack buff, which is nice. I think Aiden dodges, but she dies. Nope, she does not dodge. But that's fine. Landy is slow as balls, so this doesn't matter. If I didn't crit, I still think I would have killed. I changed my LHC build a little bit to give her more defense at the cost of some crit damage. I don't think it really matters all that much. But yeah, that's how you beat Landy, I guess. Just Get lucky. 2 Bihu games in the same day? I'm losing my mind. I felt like using Bihu. They chose Arya into him, which is... Well, you'll see. You'll see. So, Zahak is going to go first. That's fine. That's expected. My Bihu's only 250 speed. I did not expect to outspeed the Zahak. I did expect them, though, to go into the Bihu. I guess Bihu has this thing where no one knows what he does, so therefore no one cares. But going into the Rowana does, she's still alive. I know why they went into the Rowana, so that the Arya can, do her thing. But I am going to just S3 and put Unbuffable on the Arya, because that is a non-attack skill, so I don't need to make contact with it. I am going to S2 into the AOL, essentially force her to do her skills. But my Rowana can take the turn off, that's fine. My Karina has already gone and done her S3. And Arya is unbuffable, so I don't have anything to fear. Also, they keep going into my Rowana even though she's on Idol's tier, which pushed my Bihu up, which is phenomenal. I do want to get rid of this AOL, though, so that she can't continue to be a nuisance. But I go into the Zahak first because he is bad and scary and could kill me. Arya still can't. She just can't S3 because you just can't do that. I'm just going to push forward the Karina so that I can kill the Zahak. I don't need to buff my team, really. They have almost no damage, and the damage that they do have is immensely slow. Bihu, I don't care about him getting silenced. His S1 is where all the power is at. So I'm going to Soul Burn, drop it on this little angel girl, and blow her up, which is great. And now I can cleanse. And the good thing about Bihu into Arya is that Arya is unbelievably slow, typically. So by the time the Unbuffable will wear off on the Arya, my Bihu will have his S3 ready again. So, I'm fine with it. I'm just going to S1. I don't need to S2. We find out it is a counter ROL, which piques my interest because I do have a Rowana on my team. So, they're going to S3 into the Karina, which is an interesting choice. I probably would have gone into the Bihu, but, that's fine. No one really fights Bihu. I go into the Arya to test her ER against non-effectiveness units. Soul Burn again, double resisted, which is, my RTA career in a nutshell. It was absolutely 215% because I will do that again, and I will get 2 burns. But I'm just going to keep going into this Arwell. Arya's coming up, but my Bihu outsped, so I'm just going to slap Unbuffable on her again. And so she still cannot S3. For some reason, I keep stripping the escort buff off the Arwell, but not landing Unbuffable. Just kind of annoying, but that's fine. Just going to S3, get a counter, heal everybody who's hurt back up a little bit. Do a small chunk of damage. They're going to go into Bihu because they are now realizing he is the problem. I am going to put up a barrier, get healed a little bit more. Arya still can't S3. So I'm going to now attempt to kill this Arwell, land both burns, get a free heal out of it, and then explode her. And now I get a dual attack with Bihu, who lands the artifact burn, which does not care if it misses. And I'm going to give everybody an attack buff again. And I think they let Bihu kill her. Yeah, I think they let... Yeah. And land a burn. Pop. There she goes. 13k damage. Bihu's pretty strong. I might try to use him a little bit more against Knackle. See if she works against them. But let's do a couple more. Yep, we're fighting Salt again. A late pick Salt, which is interesting. I haven't been saying anything about the teams or anything I've been facing. I'm just now realizing, but I don't want to redo the videos for the other two. So, we're facing someone in the Korea server. They go Hand Guy, DJB, Knackle, Rylet, and Strays. I go for Arwell, Sharoon, Summer Lulika, and Lionheart Sermia, in addition to Architect Leica, who got banned out. I banned out the Rylet because I can at least hit the Strays. I don't care if he kills Arwell. That's not my end game. So, let's jump into it. So, Strays is going to go first. Benny Mars, Tachi, etc., etc. Okay, bye, Arwell. It was nice to see you. Nice having you on the team. Nobody else really takes any damage at all, which is fine. I'm okay with that. What I was hoping for here is that DJB would push up, which is great. Let's watch Sharoon pop. There's Sharoon. And now, Hand Guy gets to choose what he does. He is going to S2 into the Lionheart Sermia, but that's fine. Sululu can S3, put ice cream on everybody. Strip some buffs. Great. It stripped what needed to be stripped. It gave blind onto the Landy, which is great. Sharoon can clean up the rest of the buffs and hopefully get a counter out of Landy, which she does, which gives my Lionheart some angry. And yeah, that it glitches out the barrier a little bit, but that did like no damage. They get a dual attack because that's the game. But Lionheart's Angie now. She is an Angie tiger, and she is going to S3, kill the Strays, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. Get a counter from the Landy, but she's blind, so I do not care. And DJB can't push anybody up, and they're gonna slowly realize that my units are on counter. I have a Soul Burn. I am going to reset this Hand Guy, so he cannot S3, because I want this Landy to be as blind as possible. She's also taking residual injury damage. Going to go into the Sululu again. Miss. I get another counter. And they proc their extra attack, which is perfect because my LHC is ready to go. So it seems like LHC is a pretty good counter, but she does need good support. She can't do it by herself because she can still be overwhelmed by Landy. I am going to S1, just S1, keep S1 and pushing up the Sharoon. Hopefully this puts immunity. It does. Great. Wonderful. Now my Lionheart can't be stunned by the Landy S3. And this won't heal her either, which is good. It does stun the Sharoon, which is fine. Doesn't stun the Summer Lulika, which is fine. But she is going to counter, which is going to proc my LHC. And like I said, it's not a perfect world. I think they legitimately might have been able to win that if their Landy kept not getting crit. But that's fine. It worked out in my favor. Even then, it was still far closer than it should have been. But yeah, let's do one more. Oh my goodness, it's a Lethy game and against a Knackle as well. What a world. They're from Korea. They're in the 6 Duck guild, which is slightly worse than the 7 Duck guild, but a little bit better than the 5 Duck guild. They go for Knackle, Aiden, Flitica, Ed, and Landy. I go for Hand Guys, the Hawk, Bryceria, Shu, and Lethy. They ban out Zahak. I ban out Flitica. We had the same idea. Let's jump in. I'm hoping that my Bryceria is the fastest because I do not care about this Ed whatsoever. So I'm just going to throw this S3 into the wind. Hopefully unbuffable the regular Landy, which I do. And I defense break the ML Landy as well. Landy's coming up next, so instead of putting buffs on everybody, I am just going to attack down her so that does actually no damage whatsoever. They can kill or try to kill Bryceria here. That's fine. I don't really care about that. That's fine. They are going to S3 into the Ed, or into the hand guy. It turns out to be an injury Ed, which is interesting, but that's fine. Aiden, she can put Invincible up on Landy if she wants to, but she doesn't end up. Again, still don't care about Ed, so I'm just going to throw this. Hopefully, I was hoping to just kill the Aiden with a defense break, but turns out I did not. They play the animation, though, which is fine. I want to get rid of this Aiden, so I just S1 into her and kill her. Because while this Landy is annoying, she's still defense broken, and my shoe is Angie. So she's just going to crit everybody, and she kills the double Landy kill. And I know they were facing 2 ice units as Ed, but I had a sneaking suspicion that this person just wanted to see the Lethy animation because they just let me. Maybe they thought they would provoke, which is fine. I'm praying my Lethy outspeeds. They're gonna go into her. That's fine. And now we get to see the animation. And you may be thinking, Edeacracy, there wasn't any losses in this RTAppetizer. What's with that? You're getting complacent. You're thinking that I'm always going to put a loss in it so that you know that one of the games is going to be a loss. Well, guess what, baby? There weren't any losses in this fight. There might even be one where it's all losses. You never know. I'm a wild card. I'm a... oh, God, I've lost my... Oh, well, that blew the wind out of my sails. It's really only funny if you can keep it going, but I outthought my brain, and now I don't know where I am. So that's going to do it for today. We got to see some Lethy. We got to kill some Knackles. It was very interesting and informative, if I may say so myself. Lionheart Sermia, pretty good into her. Lethy's all right into her. Rowana, obviously, very good. You just need to make sure that you don't get aggroed into oblivion by them pivoting immediately. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you'd like to go ahead and hit the like button, the subscribe button, and all of the other buttons that exist in YouTube and outside of YouTube, just hit all of the buttons. Buttons are meant to be pushed. If you did not like the video, then you have no appreciation for Lethy, and I cannot abide by that. I will be calling your lawyers shortly. And if you felt incredibly ambivalent about the entire thing, lick a Switch cartridge.